Ujjwal, should we begin?
Yes, Whisper.
Ujjwal, I'm going live.
Sure, Wispy.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone, members and Team BSC. Thank you for joining today's webinar on the new UCC file format for trading members, which is going to be presented by Team BSC. The agenda for today's session is to familiarize ourselves with the updated UCC file format. We will start with the presentation, followed by a question and answer session. Members, as usual, we request you to raise your virtual hand to ask your questions. Accordingly, we'll take you in and you can do the needful. On that note, once again, I would like to thank Team BSC for giving their valuable time and supporting on this topic. Over to Team BSC. Jyoti, Hitesh, to you.
Thank you, Wispy. Please, Jyoti, please carry on.
I'll just share the screen. Yes.
Yeah.
Jyoti, little background you should narrate.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. Today we are going to discuss the topic and the SEBI circular on trading supported by blocked amount in the secondary market. So SEBI wired notice dated June 23, 2023 has prescribed some guidelines for providing the UPI facility, wherein now the investor can block the amounts similar like the primary market to buying the stocks in the secondary markets, wherein now the client has not to transfer any money to the broker's account and it will be directly debited by the clearing corporation during the settlement process. So this is a similar facility which is currently available in the primary market, and it will be on to the secondary market also. Now it is available. We speak, please, to the next slide. So during this session, we were particularly, going through the changes or enhancements in the UCC structure owing to the UPI facility. So SEBI circular dated June 23, 2023, they have given the guidelines. Post that, Clearing Corporation have also issued operational guidelines wherein, UPI facilities being available to the investors in the cash market, and it is currently available to the individual and HUF clients. For this thing, the exchange has later on issued notice on 18th October 2023, wherein we have made the specific enhancements in the UCC structure so that, client can access the UPI facility and whatever additional fields are required. Now they are required to be updated by the trading members in the UCC system. So after making the enhancements, and we have provided the batch file also in the notice dated October 18, wherein the changes have been highlighted for the members for the ease of the members. Now the UCC format is also being made available to the trading members with effect from 11 December for testing, so that the members can make out the changes in their back-end system and make the UCC system ready with the new structure. So, and the members have to note that now the old structure will be discontinued from 22nd January 2024. And in case the members have not made the appropriate changes as per the circular issued, their onboarding process will be impacted. So I would request members to please take the note and make the changes in the UCC structure as per the exchange notice number given, okay, so that their onboarding process is not impacted. And members may also please note that in case even the client doesn't wish to opt for the UPI facility, this new format will be taken. This new, only the details in the new format will be accepted even if the client doesn't wish to avail the UPI facility. So please don't be under the impression if our clients are not doesn't want to avail the UPI facility, then this format is not applicable to us. It is not like us. It will be applicable to every trading member with effect from 22nd January 2024. Wispy, next slide. Yeah. So for going through the what are the particular enhancements we have made, we are going through these slides. So first is in the UCC structure, we have made the one field available to you, whether opt for UPI. So, in case any client wish to avail the facility and trading member has to select the yes in this field. Member has to take very much care that only if the client wish to take this facility or opt for this facility, only then they have to make this field as yes. Otherwise, to the non-applicable clients, they have to make it non-applicable. This field is not allowed to be left blank. Okay.
So,
Now,
we have recently come across couple of members unknowingly putting yes, although they do not want to opt for UPI mechanism. So that is the reason why Jyoti is highlighting this area.
yes, members may please note that only if the client wishes to opt for UPI facility, only then this field should be marked as yes. Because on the basis of selection, the other details has to be made mandatory and the relevant details will be sent for validation also. So please take utmost care while filling up this field. Now, in the bank account details, earlier there was a facility to enter up to the 3 bank account details. As an enhancement, now the member can enter up to the 5 bank account details in the UCC system of the exchange. And out of those 5 banks, one client bank has to be mandatorily marked as primary and rest of the accounts have to be mandatorily marked as secondary. I would like to reiterate once again that while updating the bank details also, whatever fields are there, IFSC code, bank account number, bank name, members are requested to take very much care while uploading the details, because as you will update the details in the bank areas, these details will go to the validations for the bank, and upon the successful validation only the client will be able to avail the UPI facility. So please take very much care while uploading the bank details. It should be uploaded in a correct manner. It should be correct. Otherwise, the details will not be validated and client will be unable to use the UPI facility in that case. Another change is, instead of giving the bank address detail, branch address detail, there is an introduction of IFSC code. So now members have to give, instead of the branch address, they have to provide the IFSC code of the client bank branch, and bank branch address field which was earlier, now have been discontinued. So these were the changes related to the bank related fields. Wispy, go on to the next slide. Okay, similar like the bank details, there were enhancements in the depository related fields also. Like bank also, now the member can up to the 5 DMAT details account of the client, and 1 DMAT details should be mandatorily marked as primary and remaining DMAT accounts are to be mandatorily marked as secondary. So while entering the DP details like beneficial account number, DPID, depository name, members are requested to take utmost care again to fill while providing the depository related fields. Similar like bank details, now this will also be going to the depository for the verification, and in case of rejection by the depositories, this will not be processed for the UPI facility and client will not be able to avail this facility. So members are requested to take very much care while filling the bank and depository related fields. Wispy, next slide. So after filling all the details in the UPI facility, as I have explained, bank details and depository details will be, going for the validations. And after the updation of the details, you can check the appropriate flag has been given to the members in the UCC system. after uploading the details, and you can download the details wherein you will get whether the depository details are validated, whether the bank details are validated or not. You can check the flag from the UCC system from download all report. Now there is one additional enhancement has been made, which is not particular related to the UPI. It is related to the error account. As all members are aware, as per the SEBI circular and exchange notices, in case of client code modifications, members are compulsorily required to maintain an error account. They have to designate one UCC as an error account in case any modification are there, which they can take it to the error account. So as per the exchange notice November 29, it has been clearly given and that in case member is failed to maintain the designated error account, there is a penalty of 10,000 per month of violation. So now in client status, there were earlier two status were available, own and client. So for the easy identification of the error account and as per the SEBI requirement, now the third additional drop down has been given. An additional thing is given in client status field. There is an introduction of error category also. So I would request members in January 2024, whatever your error accounts are there in the system, in client status field in the UCC, you are requested to select the appropriate category as error account for the modification of client code purpose. So that was all related to the whatever the new fields and enhancements we have given. I would request members to check the main three areas while opting for UPI field. Please carefully select. In case the client wish, then only select yes. Bank details and depository details have to be filled in very much correct manner. Otherwise, validation will not happen and client will be unable to avail this facility. And post live of this UCC format, whatever your error accounts are there, okay, please designate them appropriately by selecting the drop down as error in the client status field in the UCC structure. That was all related to the new fields and enhancements we have done owing to the UPI facility. And now I would request if any questions are there or, members want to ask.
Jyoti, there is a penal provision for error account.
Yeah, that I will explain. 10,000 per month of violation.
So thank you, Jyoti, for giving this inputs and running through the slides. So Hitesh and Jyoti, now we'd request the members to kindly raise their virtual hands and they can ask the questions. We'll begin.
Go ahead, please.
Bikash-ji, your question, please. Bikash-ji. Sunny-ji, your question.
Yeah, I wanted to know,
Hello.
You're not audible.
Sunny, we are not audible.
Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. Good evening, all.
Yeah.
Actually, my question is that the UPI field, the third column which has been given for us, there the options are yes, no, and NA. And this current facility is only for individual and HUF. If client doesn't want to apply for UPI, the N flag which we have done U8 now, it is not getting uploaded over there.
Okay, have you sent the mail regarding this in UAT environment if you have faced any facility, any problem?
I think someone from my team
But
would have marked
fine,
the mail.
fine.
That I'll check
Fine,
with them.
Sunny, fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jyoti, please take down and take his number. I mean, we know the broker name. We'll call
Okay.
back.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Hitesh?
Yeah, next.
Bikash-ji, your question, please.
am I audible now?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Perfect. I just wanted to know, we have to take the consent from the customer. It's not by default we can pass as no for everyone. Can we?
Correct. No, if
So, okay.
anybody wants to opt for it, then they have to give a positive consent. As of now, by default, all have no.
By default, all are no.
Yeah, but
Okay.
new
So if
client whenever comes, then you have to take it in writing.
right,
Whatever
if
mode you
that
are accepting,
right, I was asking if the process of
it's echoing.
Because
yeah,
can you check your audio again, please? Now?
yeah, I think it's fine now.
Yes.
Perfect. So I was asking if
Vikas,
there is a
please.
delay in implementing the process of taking the consent from the client, can we by default pass no? And what's the timeline by which till which we can pass no by default?
No, no, see, Vikas, it is coming up like, as of now, it is optional. So whoever
Hmm.
wants to opt for it, they will give you consent. Otherwise,
Okay.
by default, it is no.
All right.
So once it will become a mandatory, then even you don't require to take consent also.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Sureshji, your question, please.
ज्योति क्वेश्चन आपके लिए है। ये जो आपने आपने बताया कि डिफॉल्ट बैंक का चेंजेस अभी क्या होता है मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस में क्लाइंट को हम लोगों ने फ्रंट एंड भी दिया है उसका डिफॉल्ट चेंज करता है अभी उसको समझो पे आउट एक बैंक में चाहिए तो चेंज कर देता है कभी वो एक हफ्ते के बाद दूसरे चेंज कर देता है तो क्या ये अगर जिसों ने यूपीआई फैसिलिटी ऑप्ट नहीं किया है तो उसके लिए भी डिफॉल्ट हर बार चेंज करने के बाद यूसीसी अपडेट करना मैंडेटरी है?
Yes, sir. Whenever the client changes the bank details, they are required to be updated in the
बैंक डिटेल
UCC
नहीं
system.
सिर्फ डिफॉल्ट डिटेल।
Yes,
But
flagging primary bank is to be marked. One bank has to be marked as primary mandatorily, as I explained. So, if
करेक्ट।
the client is changing the primary bank account
हम्म।
details, they have to mark the flag accordingly in the UCC system. If he is marking another bank account as primary, so he has to make the changes in the UCC for that.
Okay, that means all the changes even no bank changes only default changes मतलब 5 बैंक्स है उसमें से एक उसने आज डिफॉल्ट किया है 2 दिन के बाद वो बोलता है ये बैंक नहीं अभी मुझे ये बैंक चाहिए तो अभी हर बार उसको ये यूसीसी में पुश करना है।
Yes, sir. Because only one out of 5 banks, only one can be marked as
यस
primary,
यस
and in case he changes the primary, he has to make changes in the UCC system also.
ओके ओके गॉट इट।
Sandeep ji, your question, please.
This bit got covered. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Kaplan?
Chaitanya ji, your question, please. Chaitali, your question, please.
Yeah, hi. So I just wanted to ask that how will we maintain the trail of NPC, the verified UPI? Because every time the client changes the primary bank, supposedly, so whether that is, valid, that has a valid UPI or not. So how to maintain that trail? Like who will be sharing that it is a valid UPI? Do we have any authentication from the MIS side?
Yeah, as I have already explained, whatever bank details you will be marking as primary in the UCC database of the exchange, that will be sent for validation. And the output of that, response of that, whether that bank and demat account has been valid or not, post the validation by bank and depositories, the status will be, will be shown to the reflected to the members in the UCC download report. That you can check.
Okay. And that will be on a T+1 basis or how?
No, as of now,
see,
it will. Yeah. Yeah, sir.
please go ahead.
Yeah, as
Go
of
ahead.
now, it will be after some time, after uploading the records, after some time, you can check it from the download report. Okay, on the same day, we are making the enhancement for shortening the time span of the same. As soon as it will be validated with the bank and DP, the status will be appearing in the UCC system.
In this regard, one more thing addition is if you go through the SOP provided by Clearing Corporation, it will be activated for UPI on T+2 days.
Okay.
So suppose if you have opted for like you people are most of the people are asking that clients themselves are making frequent changes. So if I have opted for UPI mechanism today, it has been through after 2+2, it has been going through for UPI mechanism, and on T+4 day, I am again making changes. Then that will again go for validation. However, the earlier one will continue till clearing corporation give a consent to discontinue and use new one.
Okay. So from your end, it will continue, but client maybe, the client is a short of fund in particular bank, or that's the reason, there can be
That
many
that
possibilities why
that is
client.
the reason why we have made clearly in SOP that it will continue till clearing corporation give a consent. Because
Okay,
what will happen, clearing corporation might have raised some block, and
correct,
then you cannot change it immediately. Second part is if clearing corporation want to make payout to the primary account, and if that have been changed, then again it will be a reconciliation required. It will create a problem for clearing corporation.
correct. So, sir, the same time frame will go for even for the
Yeah,
second, third, fourth
yeah,
bank which is mapped, not a
yes,
completely new bank, but the second, third option which client has already, feeded in this.
right. Same cycle.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Akshay ji, your question, please.
Hi. So my doubt was that suppose we encounter a client who opts only BSc FO and BSc CDS and does not opt BSc cash. So for the new field in the file format, what should we pass? Either N or NA. Which should we pass?
NA is only for the categories which are not applicable. Suppose it is an individual client, it is
Mm-hmm.
not the not applicable category. In that case, it will be no, not NA.
Okay. So for FO and CDS, it is not applicable. So it right?
No, sir. It is NA is on the client category basis.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
just
okay.
giving you an example. It is not on the segment specific. It is the client category specific.
So all clients except the mentioned clients will have NA, right?
Yeah. Other than applicable categories, it will be NA.
Okay, okay. Fine. Thank you.
Abhijit ji, your question, please. Sandeep ji, your question, please. Sandeep ji, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello.
Chetna, yes, your question,
Yes.
please. Chetna.
Thank you. Okay. So my question is that for all our existing clients, currently we are not offering this facility. Okay. So all the existing clients, those who are individual and HUF, we need to pass on this flag as N, right? No. Correct.
No,
And
okay, carry on, please.
and other than individual and HUF categories, the flag will be NA. Am I correct?
Yes. Other than applicable categories means other than individual and HUF, it has to be mandatorily put as NA.
Okay. So new whenever we add new clients after the given date, this flag will be add on to the system. But for the existing client, is there any deadline or time given from this time frame we have to complete the required year?
Ma'am, in case of existing clients, only in case if existing clients opt for the UPI facility, then you are required to fill these details. Or second case is in case of existing clients, suppose you are making any changes in the existing field of the existing clients. Okay, then these the new areas will come and you have compulsorily required to provide the details.
It means if clients changes any details like bank details or DP details or any other details, then this scenario will occur for the existing clients.
Yeah, or in second scenario, if the existing clients wants to avail the UPI facility, then you are required to mandatorily fill this.
Okay. Okay. And my second question is that if client changes the bank primary to secondary or secondary to primary, that sequence has been changed from the client, and it will take like as you have and that so has already informed, it will take maybe 2 or 3 days time frame to get it validated. Correct. So till that time it will be like suggested us we have to hold this particular request at our end, like at our front end software also.
No, I'm
Otherwise
not
suppose A branch is there and A bank is there and B bank is there. So client has changed his primary bank to as a B. Okay, so it will take like 2 or 3 days time to get this bank validated as a primary bank, correct?
Ma'am, no. For bank validation, it won't take 2 or 3 days time. As per the operational guideline by the clearing corporations, for UPI facility effect, it will take T+2 days.
For
Not
UPI
for the
facility.
bank, yeah, not for the bank validation.
Okay, so again, if this UPI facility, if it is taking 1 or 2 days time, then it will be advisable to change the primary bank status of that client on the front end, because that client is making payment, or they might give this instruction of UPI through new bank.
So you can update the details. That in that case, you have to refer the guidelines by the clearing corporation. Well, they will be taking into effect the new bank details. In UCC system, you may make the changes after the client request.
And if
Because
clients makes the UPI payment or UPI mandate through new bank, whether it will
No.
get approved or
No,
hold, or it will
unless and until clearing corporation give a consent for the change, it will not be approved. They will not raise block mechanism to the new primary account.
Okay, so then it will be suggested as whenever we get the validation from the clearing corporation, after that
Yes,
only we have to change the
yes, right. That will
bank
be the
status.
right approach. Otherwise, it will be, at your end something different and at clearing corporation
Clearing
something
corporation.
different.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Jyoti, there are a couple of questions on text regarding error field.
yes,
So you can
yes.
once again explain if those people who cannot raise a question on a
Okay.
forum, they have given in writing.
Okay, so for error account, I'll just once again go through. Every member currently is, maintaining a designated error account in the UCC for the UCC modification purpose in their system. So now in the UCC structure, there is one field called client status, where earlier there were only two options, own and client. So there is an introduction of error also in the client status field. So members who are having the error account currently, they have just to mark the client status of their error account as error. And on 29th November notice, exchange has clearly given that error account UCC
Yes,
should be
yes.
error only. Okay, so you as a member, you all might be having the error account. I would request all members to select the correct category in client status field of these account as error, because on the violation of that there is a penalty of 10,000 per month. Because exchange will consider only those accounts as error account of the member where the client status will be selected as error. That is what new introduction has been made. So in UCC it will be error, and in client status field also it will be error, and the rest of the details like PAN and name etc. will be of the member.
A question from Lamentia.
Jyoti, hi, Lamentina.
Yeah, Lamit.
Jyoti, I just have one question to you. See, now, for example, this new fields have been introduced in UCC new format of UPI, and the bank details, which were earlier three, have been made five now. So earlier, when we used to send new records for account creation, that time the new account used to get created, the UCC used to get created on success and plus PAN verification success. So now when we have introduced this validation of demat account and validation of bank details for UPI, will there be a change in TAT for UCC creation, or this particular activity of validating would be independent and would have no impact on the TAT of new UCC creation?
it will not create any tat on the new UCC creation post the uploading of details by the member. Whatever details you will be uploaded after creation, after that it will be sent for the validations.
And that would take T+2, right?
T+2
Yeah,
is for the
if you have opted for UPI mechanism, it will take T+2. Otherwise, same mechanism will continue for existing client who have not opted for UPI mechanism.
Correct. So if I push a new record wherein I have opted for UPI, in that case, the record would get created only once the bank details would get validated, right?
This is also upper limit we are saying. Whatever we have just now observed is it is getting us as per current mechanism. Today you have given say bank and everything detail and depository detail. It is working hassle free, then we are able to do it on T+1 day. But once the flow is higher, then we are anticipating how system will work. This is on a pilot basis, it is working very smoothly.
Okay, got it. So it all depends upon how
How
faster
volume we are
the,
getting.
yeah, and how faster it will get validated.
I don't think it should be a problem, but as of now, Clearing Corporation given T+2 days for activation. So let us work with that only because they have must be having some apprehension.
Okay, thank you.
Members, if you have any questions, please raise your virtual hand. Sunny, your question, please.
Yeah, actually, whether client is opting for an UPI as yes. So whether any authentication needs to be taken from client or it will be automatically authenticated.
What do you mean by authentication?
It's client's consent.
Yes, of course, it is optional. You have to take client
We have,
consent.
if he is opting for yes, and even if it is opting for no, opting out, no,
But
for that also.
opting out also, once you have opted, you want to opt out, you have to take consent, negative consent.
Okay. If a client changes his banks, there are 5 banks. If his primary bank is getting changed from first primary to second one, second will be the primary. For that time, we have to take any authentication.
Not required because it already bank is he is opting for UPI, just changing a bank. When that details you have to take, how will you change it? You have to take some consent.
Bank details I'll take with a consent
No,
only.
no,
But
not bank detail. If I am changing my bank detail from primary to secondary and secondary to primary, how as a member you will keep a audit trail that this is given by the client?
in a modification way only.
Yes, you have to take that.
And the client has already given 2 banks. I have uploaded the
No,
both the
even
banks.
irrespective of my dear friend, irrespective, I have given you 5 banks. And if I want to change any bank from primary to secondary, my consent is definitely required because you cannot change it without having audit trail. Client consent is must.
Okay.
Hello. Hello. Someone from administrator, question, please. Sureshi, your question, please.
Can I ask question?
Yes, please. Yes.
ज्योति, अभी ये यूसीसी फॉर्मेट चेंजेस रिलेटेड है, लेकिन उसके बाद 25th को और एक डेडलाइन है हमारा कि जो इनकम टैक्स का जो नेम वेरिफिकेशन है, जो हम लोग इनका पैन वेरिफिकेशन करते हैं, उसमें भी चेंजेस आने वाले हैं। तो उसका कुछ इम्पैक्ट है उसके ऊपर? आप बीएससी का कुछ उस पर थोड़ा लाइट थ्रो करो ना, क्योंकि
Sir, this
बहुत सारे चेंजेस उसके अंदर होने वाले हैं, लेकिन अभी टाइमलाइन इतना कम है। 25 तारीख तक उन्होंने न्यू इनकम टैक्स वेरिफिकेशन बंद करने वाले हैं। तो उसके बीएससी क्या उसके ऊपर स्टैंड ले रही है?
So we are already in the process. Our other teams, operation teams, are coordinating with the protein protein, and this session is particularly for the enhancements related to the UPI structure. So that is for the
No, one moment,
verification.
Jyoti, one moment. See that we are separately taking up with the pro team also. because timeline, as you have suggested, it is very low timeline they had given, and
Correct.
we cannot go on changing like that
Hmm.
because they are wanting some field which is we are not capturing as of now.
True,
See,
true.
we are capturing only names. We are not capturing what is the name on the income tax site or income tax record.
Correct.
So we will try to find out we have if we have to meet the deadline within this whatever data we have, we can do it or not.
Okay.
Most of the challenge which we are facing, I think one of the biggest challenge will be the I mean income tax is I mean protein is asking the day of establishment certificate of trust and everybody everything all the entities that
Hmm.
we need to find out what is the numbers they are getting, how they are verifying those numbers because they want SIN number or something. Correct me if wrong, I am Jyoti.
Yes,
They
sir.
want
Yes.
so that is that requirement will be made mandatory because our system as of now not capturing mandatorily, and this is not even validated by us. Even systemic validation is also not there. You can
Correct.
put anything and everything. So that we are also discussing with them. It is very preliminary stage. Actually, we didn't have received this mail earlier.
Hmm.
After one of the broker called up, we came to know, and we have also asked them that what is the changes you are doing. The changes you must tell us because we are the biggest consumer.
Correct.
So that then later on we have been received a mail and we are discussing with them. I think we'll come out with something. We'll also
ओके,
have something on that.
आपके पास कुछ भी इंफॉर्मेशन और कुछ चेंज है हमें देने के लिए तो प्लीज एज सुन एज दे दे
Sure,
क्योंकि टाइमलाइन
we
इतना
have to
छोटा है
share it.
हम कर भी नहीं पा रहे उसको मतलब वो मीट
No,
नहीं
no,
कर पाए.
we will. If we even find out some way out, then also we'll share with you.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट, करेक्ट. थैंक यू, थैंक यू.
Because if we have to work in the same framework, then we are considering how to go about it.
करेक्ट.
But one thing I think from this forum, let me tell you, all these guys must be using, I mean, updating UCC. Now you have to ensure that whatever name have been
Hitesh, we are not
printed on
audible.
pen.
Hitesh?
Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
Yes. Yes, sir.
Hello.
yes,
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 sir.
you
You
are
are
audible.
audible.
So whatever, see, PAN number is now you must put a name which is available on PAN card because that is the crucial thing now. Because they are going to match. Right now, we were trying to match it in different manner because we were getting the detail from them and then we were matching. Now we will not be getting any detail.
करेक्ट.
So yes or no flag will be a very difficult. Like my name is Hitesh Kumar Desai on the PAN card, and even I used to write Hitesh Desai. Then we try to match it at our end and give it to you a flag. Yes. Now that is not possible. They will give me a flag. No, then it is not valid.
दिस इज द चैलेंज.
Yeah, that is the biggest challenge. And they are not going to give any record. Till now, they used to give us any record. Now they are just going to give us a flag.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट.
So now we as a team, whole team of a compliance maintaining UCC must ensure that PAN it is as per the PAN number or PAN card or
वो कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट हो रहा है दोनों.
but क्या करेंगे? They are giving coming out with that. I think mandate has come from finance ministry or income tax.
करेक्ट. तो हमें वो सर्कुलर भी हमें रीलुक करना होगा सेबी को कि जो पैन कार्ड नॉट मैंडेटरी बोला है उन्होंने उसको वापस मैंडेटरी करना पड़ेगा ताकि उसी से तो देख के हम लोग वेरीफाई करेंगे. क्लाइंट जो भी डालता है हम वेरिफिकेशन कब कर सकते हैं? जब वो हमारे पास पैन कार्ड होता है तो पैन कार्ड से क्रॉस चेक करके आगे पुश करेंगे ना डेटा.
Yeah, that is the way. Like Sikkim based client वगैरह का now it will be a challenge.
करेक्ट. ओके हितेश भाई, अगर आपको पास कुछ आता है क्लैरिटी प्लीज हमें सबको बता दीजिए.
Sure. Thank you.
Yes, I think so. All the questions have been taken. There is no hands raised. One sec. One more has come, please.
Jyoti, this is Sham here.
Yes, Sham, please. Yes.
So one question here is for the new users, you have already clarified that we have to update the UPI status. That is fine. But for all the existing users, do we is by default NA is considered, or for all the users we have to take a consent from the user and update it at the exchange?
No, sir. For existing clients, as I earlier explained, in case of existing clients, if clients came and opt for UPI facility, In that case, you are required to fill the additional details. Or in case of the existing fields, if you are going to make any changes, okay,
Okay.
then the system will ask for these compulsory fields.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it. Thanks. And another question also, you have increased the number of bank fields per user, I suppose, right?
Yes.
In like all the banks that user has added at the broker's end have to be updated always at the exchange end?
Please repeat.
Huh?
Can you repeat the
So
question, sir?
if the user adds three banks at broker's end, all the three banks have to be updated at the exchange end, or all only the primary bank has to be updated?
So primary bank is the mandatory requirement, but if the client is giving you the three bank details, it's a provision to put the detail another two banks also, and they have to mark it as a secondary.
Okay, so okay, got it. Thanks.
JG, your question, please. Hey, Jyoti, I think so. We have covered all questions. There are no hands raised at the moment.
Okay.
To wrap it up, Jyoti and Hitesh, would you like to say a few, words, basically?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you everyone for attending webinar at a short notice. And I would like to say thanks to BBF team, particularly the SPN team, for arranging in such a short notice. And thank you everybody for participating, raising questions. If you have still any question, you can always write to us. Our address will be BSC India. Poonam, if you can spell out our address, or you can put it in text so they can use this address, you can write on that. So we are always be there for helping you members, and also to have a good feedback on anything. If you want to improvise, please let us know. Thank you.
Thank you, Hitesh. Thank you, Jyoti,
Thank
once
you.
again for your
Thank you.
valuable time. And members, Poonam, her team member, have shared the details on the chat, which shows the contact numbers, and the email ID. Just in case, if you have any concern, please reach out to BBF also. We can share those questions and queries to Hitesh, Jyoti, and team. On that note, once again, thank you for joining today's webinar and giving us the valuable time. And Hitesh bhai, Jyoti, thank you for supporting always.